Oh crap.
Bad luck, bad day. What should I do? Bad luck, bad day. What should I do?
Hey you guys, welcome back to Megan's Menu, and I'm so glad you stopped by my kitchen to see what is on our menu for this week. And so I have 5 one-pot dinner recipe ideas for you that you can hopefully use as inspiration to make for your family. Anyway, so I'll just show you what the first one is. This is what I'm making, and it's cinnamon apple pork chops, and there's all the ingredients you'll need. I'll link this recipe below. I kind of improvised and left out a few things and changed amounts on some of it, but this is what I'm making. And there's all my ingredients right there. I probably have about 8 or so pork chops. I'm just going to make it in batches. I'll show you the first batch. And I have 3 apples, cinnamon, salt, and brown sugar. So actually what I'm going to do first is slice up my apples real thin. Next, in a little bowl, I am just going to mix my 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. I don't have nutmeg, that's part of it, but 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and mix that into my bowl. Next, I'm going to come over to my stove. I have my butter melting. I am going to cook my pork chops in my skillet on medium heat for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side, or until the thermometer reads 145 degrees. So next I'm going to just add to the same pan. I took off the pork chops and I put them in the oven on warm to keep them warm. So now to the same pan I'm just going to add a tablespoon of butter to melt that first, and then I'm going to add my apples and my brown sugar mixture and cook those up on medium until the apples are tender. Oh crap. Okay, so there it is, and it is delicious. That is cinnamon apple pork chops, and it is so good. You guys have to try this recipe for sure. Oh my goodness, delicious. But you know what you have to do when you start to cook the pork chops? Unlike me, you have to actually turn on the stove. So my next one-pot meal is going to be this taco salsa spaghetti, and here's all my ingredients and measurements. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with my memory card, but I have my phone out. So these have my ingredients on my table. So I have chicken broth, spaghetti, minced garlic, salsa, cheese, meat, and my seasonings. So I'm going to begin by going over to my stove and putting in my meat, which is already cooked, but it's frozen, with my seasonings and salsa. So over here on my stove in my pot, I have the already cooked ground beef that I had in the freezer on low, and I'm going to add my seasonings and all that. So I'm going to add 1 cup of salsa, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of taco seasoning, Okay, 2 teaspoons garlic powder, 1 teaspoon oregano, and 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and then I'm going to mix it together. I'm also going to add some salt and pepper and continue to heat this for a few minutes on low. Next, I'm going to add my 1 pound of spaghetti, and then I'm going to add my container of chicken broth. And then I'm going to heat that to a boil. So it's boiling now, so I am going to cover it and put it on medium-low for approximately 15 minutes. Okay, so my timer went off, so let's check on the spaghetti. Oh my goodness, this looks delicious. Oh my gosh. That looks, oh my gosh, it's so easy and so good. Yummy. So it is literally 9:30 in the morning when I'm making this for dinner tonight, but I don't care. I'm gonna eat some of it now. It looks so good. I'm making a mess. So here is the recipe for today and all the measurements. And here I have it all laid out on the table for you. There's rice, green beans, chicken broth. I'm gonna do 1 link of the smoked sausage, some cheese, and my seasonings. So I'm just gonna start off by cutting my meat. And then I'm going to come up to my stove where I have some butter melting, and then put my meat on here on medium for about 8 to 10 minutes. It's a fully cooked meat, but I'm going to heat it through. Okay, so then while my meat is heating through up on the stove, I'm going to, this is about 8 ounces of fresh cut green beans. I rinsed them off already, and I'm going to cut them smaller. Okay, so once my meat is heated through, I am going to add my green beans, mix it in, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my rice, my chicken broth, and my seasonings. Oh, that looks so pretty. And my 2 cups of rice. And 1.5 cups of broth. So what I'm going to do is boil it now and then cover it, simmer it for like 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, I said that wrong, but I put in 3.5 cups of chicken broth. And that's what I did. Ooh, it's so pretty. Okay, so it's all done. So this was after simmering for 20 minutes. Now I gotta put it on a plate and put some cheese on it. Okay, so my next 1-pot recipe is simple pumpkin chili, and here's everything and the measurements that you'll need. I have it all laid out on my table. So here's my ground beef, minced garlic, my seasonings, tomato paste, and my beans, and my can of pumpkin. There you go. Okay, so in my large pot, I am just going to start by putting I already have this beef cooked up. So this is about 1/2 pound of ground beef. And then I'm going to put 2 tablespoons minced garlic in here. And heat that together for a little bit. Okay, so that's all heated through, so I'm just going to add my seasonings, which is just some salt and pepper, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of onion powder. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add the rest of my ingredients, which is a can of tomato paste filled by, after that, fill it up with 2 cans of water, and then a can of black beans, can of chili beans, and then a can of pumpkin. Okay, so the chili is done, and it looks really good. Of course, that's my word to say. And then obviously you can add toppings like green onions, regular onions, sour cream, cheese. I'm just going to put some sour cream and cheese on mine. Oh yeah, it's very good. It's delicious. Try it. Recipe I am going to share with you is beef. So my last 1-pot recipe I'm going to share with you is beef stroganoff, and here is the recipe and everything that I'm using. My hair looks greasy.
Your hair looks greasy.
Does it?
No!
Okay, so my last 1-pot meal I'm going to share with you is beef stroganoff. Yeah, that's it. So I have my egg noodles and my beef steak seasonings, 2 cream of chicken, and sour cream and milk. So what I'm going to do is start off by cooking my beef steak on the stove. Okay, so now on my stove, I drained my noodles, and now I'm going to make my sauce, I guess you could say. And that's my cream of chicken soup, my salt and pepper, my seasonings, my 3/4 cup of milk, and sour cream. 1 cup of sour cream. Three-fourths cup of milk, 1 cup of sour cream. So all I'm going to do is heat this up until it's just heated through, and then stir my noodles and meat back in it. And it sounds lovely.
Get 5 more out. I did my first
Okay, hold on. I'm in the middle of the video, Maddie.
Yeah, it would be cool if guys wanted.
I did put a little bit of oil on my noodles while they sat there so they didn't stick together, because that would be a mess. Okay, so that's it. So here is the beef stroganoff, and I will try it. That was really good. This is an enormous fork. I like smaller forks. Anyway. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching my video with 5 1-pot recipe dinners. And that's it. Please subscribe today if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.